Streamlink. Hello.
Should we tilt that down some, or is it where it always is?
No, it is not where it always is.
Are you giving me headroom?
No, do you need it?
It doesn't matter one way or another. The title can go up here or down here. I've noticed that usually they do better when they're down here, though.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, though. Just as long as my face isn't behind the logo again. Because I have a tendency to put it there.
Are we good right there?
I have to. Oh, fuck.
And your microphone is working, so I've already checked. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the unimaginative average intelligence podcast.
The politically correct version, lest we offend YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to be a lot meaner about it, but then they did the appeal on the other short.
Except, you know, the funny thing is, it was about the same thing. And that light is messing with me.
Oh, by the way, before we get into it, this podcast is brought to you by Stevie Wicks Cool Beans Candle Company, including their new Valentine's Day candles, one of a few. More on them in a moment. Now we're going to trash YouTube for a bit and give some constructive criticism and give praise and thanks to the great, underappreciated, and often lied about, according to YouTube, Bo Hines. An American treasure, if ever there were one.
All right. Just to give a little background on this, we posted a short about Bo Hines and why he lost his election. And because he claimed there was election fraud in 2020. Yeah. No. Because if they take this down, I'm gonna fuck them up again. No. Anyway, so that's basically what we went on in our short, and the short was removed for what?
It said, what did it say? It said election misinformation.
It said misinformation, election fraud for the 2020 election. That's basically what it said. And we nowhere in the short, which they still haven't restored that short as well, and it said nowhere on it that we agreed with what Bo Hines said. We specifically said what he stated, and we even made it very clear. So once I was unbanned because we got a copyright, well, not a copyright strike. We got a strike, and then we were banned for a week from posting. Well, I posted one and was talking about that, and then they tried to flag it again. And I said, check yourselves, and they did. They actually listened this time. And so they took the strike away, the second strike, and then they restored my video. Weird how they'll restore the one because I threatened, per se, them. And I literally said in the, because when you appeal a decision, you can add a comment. And I said, watch the video. Because their bots are catching stuff that is not, it does not, a strike is not necessary. I can't talk.
Well, and not only that, I think that video got flagged because you mentioned Emory Tate III.
Yeah, and the thing is, so, like, I understand YouTube operates in many different countries, and United States laws don't necessarily apply 100%, but I'm sorry, like, freedom of speech, like, there was nothing in that regardless. So it's like, just because what Tate's doing, like, it has nothing to do with, if you say free Top G or free anything, and that's an issue, we really need to check the society we live in. And honestly, that there should be rules for the country YouTube or anyone operates in. They need to abide by that country's laws because they have certain servers in those states. So therefore, it's a part of their country.
Well, and at the end of the day, Google is headquartered in the United States. So
exactly.
But this also brings up an important point that I've touched on but never really driven home. This is why, if you enjoy our content, because this is not a plea for more views, although please watch our shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a plea, but literally, if you enjoy what we do and like our content, you really do need to follow us on on all of our various social media platforms, which at the moment are YouTube, obviously.
Specifically this one, but we have plenty of others as well.
The important thing is because
we
make it worth your while too, because like you can follow us on Instagram too, and on TikTok, and there is TikTok only content and Instagram only content as well. But the big thing is that Bo Hines short is still, or actually it hasn't been uploaded to the other two platforms yet, but it will be there. And I also want to point out that you should also follow us on your audio streaming podcast apps like Spotify, because speaking of stuff getting taken down, we have an entire podcast that got flagged in, what was that, in 2021?
Yep, for medical misinformation.
Which is not on YouTube, but it's still on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
So there was no misinformation for them, but yet there was misinformation for YouTube because we said masks required. Flying Delta, masks required.
Flying with Delta.
And
I'm sorry, that title was funny.
That was a great title.
I got to pat myself on the back for that one.
But, I mean, we got a warning for that, and they were trying to say that we said that we stated medical misinformation when we literally said, like, this is not. I feel like my mic is like way too up. You see that? Watch the red.
It didn't sound bad.
I'll just stay away from it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
stay away from the big black thing in front of your mouth.
No. So we're like, what do you mean medical misinformation? We literally said we're not doctors and we don't claim either or. This is just what we've heard.
I will actually give YouTube the benefit of the doubt on that one. Solely on that one, because of everything that was going on. I could see how someone who was completely ignorant might take what we were saying as factual, even though you
can take it as factual all you want.
And actually, that's a good point. We stated multiple times that most of it was a joke, but the Bo Hines video, I still can't understand. Like, I even did some mental gymnastics for fun, and there's no way you can. There's no way you can think that we were saying that the election was stolen. We were literally saying that Bo Hines said on his own campaign website that the election was stolen.
And that's why we said he lost.
So what I took away from that was that YouTube, as a company, were very much fans of Bo Hines. And in order to appease the YouTube gods for your viewing and intellectual pleasure, I am going to just shine a spotlight on the American hero that is Bo Hines. Did you know that Bo Hines was born on August 29th, 1995? Fuck, he's young.
95?
Yeah, 1995.
He looks older than us.
He's an American formage college. I can't speak. See, I'm just so into Bo Hines.
He must have been mimicking American Pie.
Hey, man, I'm not gay, but
he'd take a bow.
Bo Flex. Actually, his given name is Robert. Bo is obviously a nickname.
Better call Bo.
Anyway, he is a former college football player from North Carolina. He played college football for North Carolina State and the Yale Bulldogs. So we got an Ivy Leaguer there.
That makes sense.
In 2022, did you know this? In 2022, he was a Republican nominee in North Carolina's 13th Congressional District. It's weird. It's like I must have heard that on a podcast before. His position was a wide receiver. Let's see. Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington State, Yale. Oh, this is interesting. As we already stated, he was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. He attended Charlotte Christian School, who'd have thunk, and played football, also there, as a wide receiver. That's not an innuendo. That was the actual position he played. He attended North Carolina State University to play college football, because that's what one does when they attend university and play football. It is for the college. For the NC State Wolfpack. That feel like He was in the NWO? Weird. He led NC State with 45 receptions and 616 receiving yards. Is that career or in a season?
I don't know. I'm going to assume season.
I hope so, because that's not particularly...
How many yards did you say?
616.
Yeah, that's a season.
Well, that's honest. I'm not gonna lie. That's not a bad season, but it's been beaten, including 3 passes for 79. That is impressive. 3 passes for 79 yards in the 2014 St. Petersburg Bowl. That is actually quite impressive.
2 passes?
3 for 79 yards, though. Wait, again. Okay, so hold on. I may have misread this. Was that cumulatively 79 yards or 3 passes that were 79 yards?
Oh, never mind. That's decent.
Hang on. Is it cumulative?
Yeah.
Well,
because the thing is, you got to think when they're passing it, they're not throwing 79-yard passes. I know some of them probably could if they tried really hard.
A 79-yard pass would be really impressive. That's 21 yards short of an entire football field. That would be...
Aye.
Actually, no, that sounds ridiculous because there are kickers that can't. There aren't. Like, I don't know what the longest punt is, but most kickers
it's like 35, 40 feet, maybe 50 feet.
Yeah.
Not feet, yards.
Yards. A 50-yard.
That's crazy.
A 50-yard field goal with.
I think it's 39. I think 39 might be the.
That's not the record, but that's probably a good, like. I don't know. It depends on what skill level.
Oh, dude, 39, 40 feet's a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, and these
feet.
Guys are
I keep saying feet, yards.
And these guys are kicking. Well, I mean, they're kicking.
That's 120 feet. Well, somewhere around there.
But wait, there's more. In 2015, Hines transferred to Yale University.
Yes.
Where he linked up with Soulja Boy, and created the U dance. Soulja
What?
Boy would later add a consonant and a vowel to this to create the Yule dance. I made that up. That is bullshit.
That's funny.
Oh, he went to Yale because of his interest in politics. He played in 4 games. He only played 4 games? Oh, during the 2015 season. Catching 11 passes for 134 yards, but missed the rest of the season and the 2016 season due to a separated shoulder that required surgery. In 2017, Hines retired from college football, so he's okay. Bo, this was supposed to be a tribute, man, but you're not helping me.
You don't have the stats, bro.
You don't have the stats. Wait, okay, now this is interesting. This might get us flagged. In January 2020, no, seriously, Hines announced that he would run as a Republican for the United States House of Representatives in North Carolina's 5th Congressional District, held by Republican Virginia Fox with 2 X's. Hines spent the majority of his time in 2021 campaigning in North Carolina's 6th Congressional District. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Wait, hold on. He was running in the 5th District, but he campaigned in the 6th. I think we might know where you were going wrong there, Bo.
Down the wrong road.
You were campaigning in the wrong district.
Oh, jeez.
In April 2022, local Republicans campaigned against Hines through newspaper advertisements, email blasts, and door knocking because Hines did not live in the district in which he was running. Ooh. And YouTube, this is from his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, you got a problem?
I'm not making this up. Wow, that's interesting. Holy, maybe I was wrong.
Maybe.
You know, maybe it was misinformation. Maybe I was just dead wrong. I didn't know he wasn't campaigning in the district he was running in.
Nah, the thing is, he moved away from home, but his mom lived in that county.
In May 2022, after Congressman Ted Budd with 2 Ds, there's a lot of double consonants down there.
Ted Budd.
Hines announced that he would run for U.S. Senate. Hines announced that he would run in the newly drawn North Carolina's 13th Congressional District, which Budd represented. Hines narrowly lost the election to Democrat State Senator Wiley Nickel, which we touched on in the short, so that was true.
Wile E. Coyote, too. No, I'm just kidding.
In May 2022, Business Insider reported that Hines was funding the majority of his campaign with a trust fund.
Oh, my nuts.
While campaigning on America First Economy, Hines faced criticism because his campaign hats were made in China. Which that happened to Trump, too, though.
Yeah, the hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, what
That's
are you going to do?
That's funny.
That is hilarious. Blamed Canada. That's what we'll do. This has just been a mess for the past 2 weeks, and we're like, what's going on? Like, we try to do our best, and I'm about to go grind my gears on this shit.
Well, and it's so funny because of the timing of it. Don't worry, we'll be back to Bo Hines later. There's more. But it's funny you say that because we were just talking before that strike happened about, not switching to Rumble, but starting.
We'll be honest. We don't care for Rumble.
I don't like the platform.
No, they have a lot of... Like, I don't want them to be a clone of YouTube as well, but the thing is, YouTube works. It really does. Like, even though, like, the people who run it are silly at times, it's a good platform, And
overall,
it sucks that they can't just be, free. People would just be free to be themselves.
Well, and I get it to a point. Like, there's a lot of content to sift through. The one thing that I really dislike is the fact that unless you're part of the, which we're trying to get to, but unless you're part of the, what do they call it? When you're monetized, essentially, you have no resources to contact YouTube.
No.
At all.
And that's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
Because the thing is, if something happens and you can't explain yourself, like, that's one way. Well,
because if we could have contacted them directly, I could have literally submitted the article that I was talking about and be like, what part of this is not true? And here's the other thing, too, that I really don't like, is they're not clear about what we did, because if we, like, this is more the flying with Delta example, if we had known what we had said, we could have, A, disputed it, or B, acknowledged, like, oh, yes, we made a mistake, and now we know not to do that again.
All right, listen, what YouTube should do is make a video. Hear me out. YouTube make a video on their guidelines and stuff like that as well, explaining things in detail with a lawyer who can make it simple for us simpletons.
They did. I watched it.
Oh, well.
And we did not violate any of their terms.
Oh, wait a minute. They did make one, and you watched it, and we didn't violate anything. But yet, still got flagged.
Well, because at the end of the day, YouTube has the
bots.
Well, and it is, I'm not saying it's right, but it is their platform. So ultimately they do, which it's unfortunate because when you are, because YouTube is borderline not even a company. YouTube is borderline.
Almost a utility.
Almost. It's a communication utility to a certain extent.
It pretty much is. Like, because half the people anymore don't even really get their news from news channels on TV, which those aren't actually news channels, they're media channels. Well, that's why they call them the news media. So the thing is, they can get away with lying because if it was specifically information about something, you have to be factual or you can be sued for. But anyway, on here, why, unless you're directly threatening someone's life or indirectly threatening someone's life, like, if it has anything to do with that, that's the only thing that should be flagged, ever. That's it.
Well, and I agree.
Words are not violent.
Well, and I agree.
Except for threats.
Except for threats. But I agreed with their policy when it comes to election information, because one of the big things... No, listen, hear me out. What was in their video? It all made sense to me. Because one of the things they pointed out is, like, okay, in this example, like... And they're all about context, right? They say, in this video, which was flagged, this person said the election day was telling people election day is this day and it was incorrect. So obviously that video would be flagged and should be flagged.
I would hope that people are smart enough to do their own research. And honestly, as a society, we're heading for the movie Idiocracy because people can't do any research themselves. There should not be any misinformation bullshit like that. Like, I can partly agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, this is where we become dumb as a society. We don't do any of our own research. We listen to people tell us what to think.
Well, I would like to be at the point where you could cite the Average Intelligence podcast as a source.
But the thing is, I would want you to double check me.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
hence why we have the segment when appropriate.
What did we screw up?
What did we fuck up?
But yeah, like.
Well, I think part of what's lost on YouTube is that this show is very much conversation. This is not these are the facts and blah 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 blah.
It's literally two buddies having a conversation and just hanging out. That's all it is, and that's probably all it ever will be. Like, and then doing fun stuff eventually once we get some income. I mean, from this, you
stingy fucks.
No, hey,
actually,
we have to appreciate. Okay. We have to appreciate the short subscribers. We appreciate you guys. You could do more to like the other videos if you would be so great.
I mean, whatever you can do. But I have noticed too that all the other, since the subscriber count goes up, all the other, like the shorts obviously get the bulk of it, but even our long form podcasts on average get more views.
They have been recently, so
yeah.
Like we said, we appreciate each and every one of you.
And we've had some massive spikes on some of the most random episodes on the audio platforms. Like the Morbius review, which was several months old by the time this happened, got like 30 views out of nowhere in one day.
And listen, we're excited about 30 views.
Yes.
Because we are not Mr. Beast.
Well, and that's the part I love. One of the things I love about this channel is every day I'm like, oh, how many subscribers do we get today? It's like, is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 10? But it wasn't that long ago. We were barely over 50, and now we're 5 away from 300 last I checked. Which I know there's, oh my God, my YouTube channel is 32,000. Well, we're doing it organically. We're not buying shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, send us your price. Everything's for sale. Especially football players like
Bo Hines. And see, listen, just what Bo Hines, he's a football player and he got into politics. Republicans right now in the House are still pushing for term limits. And we've both, he made me change my mind on that.
We have a short on that.
It actually makes zero sense for term limits in Congress simply just because lobbyists can buy anyone. If they find out someone's running and they have a good chance they're going to win, they're going to go up to them and they're going to be like, hey, you want some money? And I'm sorry, 9 out of 10 people are going to go, sure.
Well, and here's the other side of that too. And I didn't think about this until just now.
I say 9 out of 10 because Bo Hines would never.
Bo Hines would never see. Bo Hines cannot be bought. That's why he used his trust fund to fund his campaign, like a fucking American.
I did title this.
I saw that
parody.
So this next section deals with what got us in trouble. So I'm not actually going to read it out loud, but if you can read lips.
My name is Jake. I like penis.
That's awesome.
That's just how this beautiful mind works.
Fuck that shit.
If I could have kept my lips shut, it would have been perfect.
That would have been great. We're going to start again, kids.
Yeah, see? I feel like my mic is just way too up.
That's super fucked up.
Whoa. Yeah, if we had
Council of Leaders. That's fucked. But I mean, that's sagely advice from the great American Bo Hines. You know who should have been Captain America? Bo fucking Hines. That's America's ass.
You should tell them exactly where that is and how they can find that.
This is on Bo Hines' Wikipedia page. The last paragraph of the section labeled 2022 election. It's mildly fucked up.
Read it.
No way it came from Bo Hines, though.
That's America's ass.
It's somebody's ass. Personal life. Bo Hines' father, Todd, a lot of Todds, played for the Detroit Lions
Todd Peterson's
of the NFL and the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the Canadian Football League. That's a kick-ass name.
Hey.
The Tiger Cat. It's not just a cat. It's not just a tiger. It's a tiger cat. Hines married Olivia Elizabeth Andretti in June 2017. The couple divorced in July 2019.
She found out he was
I did not
running.
know that, so it's just... and Hines married Mary Charles Bryson in July 2021. References. There's a lot of references I'm not going to read. Oh, here's his bio.
Update.
His bio on Yale's website still lists him as a sophomore. I'm guessing he quit.
Dipshit. As a sophomore, you said?
Yeah.
Eh.
Oh, that's interesting.
He got 3 more,
Well, no, his father played football at Hanover University. Or Hanover College, sorry.
in Madison?
Yeah.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I got to... Dude, have you been on their campus?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we had I had an associate, they redid all the roofs.
That's one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen.
Dude made like $300,000.
Oh, I believe it.
Commission.
I believe every bit of it. I mean, honestly, like, I describe it as like if you took an Ivy League school and plopped it in Indiana, that's what it felt like. In a good way, not in a bad way.
Madison's a beautiful area, too.
Madison is, dude.
But it's also filled with a lot of drugs, just like any small town.
Surely not at the college that Bo Hines' father played football for.
No.
Never.
Only the people I did business with. They didn't want to pay their deductibles for their insurance. Kids just worked that into the price. I was like, that's illegal.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it cuts into my profit, so no. I don't do that anymore.
Did you know that Bo Hines has never had to have a roof repair done in his life?
No.
Because when it hails, he just goes outside and catches all the hail.
Gohan status.
Because he's a receiver. Yeah, he's like, fuck you, hail. Except he would never curse, so he says, forget you, hail.
You know, it's hail.
Hail. Forget you,
Hail.
hail. What the hell?
I don't really have a whole bunch more on this except F you YouTube.
So stupid.
I don't care. Like, I literally just want to rant and rave.
Well, because unfortunately, at the end, like, as much as it would suck to be booted off YouTube and have to switch to someplace like Rumble,
We would.
We will, because we're not going to stop.
You can't stop the train. It's a
No.
rolling.
We are like the Bo Hines of YouTube. It's just no matter what
Yeah.
we say or what happens, we're not going to stop.
This is YouTube's ass.
I just rewatched both the Infinity War and Endgame the other night.
They still hold up well.
Dude, especially compared to the MCU now.
No, the MCU now is garbage.
Yeah, it's quite bad. With the exception of Spider-Man.
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 No Way Home. Although I also rewatched recently Into the Spider-Verse.
This is a good movie.
It's better the second. I did not care for it that much when I watched. I'm not saying it's bad.
Where did you watch it first?
In the theater.
Yeah.
No, I lied. I did not see it in the theater.
That's why.
I watched it on Netflix, and I believe that.
I was getting ready to say, because like when I was just talking about this with my wife about Ghostbusters Afterlife. First time I watched it was at home, and I have absolutely zero, like, I can't focus when I'm sitting at home because I can get up and go do something else. If I'm sitting at a theater, I paid money to be there, I force myself to watch it. And
Well, what else are you going to do? Look at the ceiling?
Well, yeah, exactly. So if you go to the theater, you're gonna give things generally a better watch.
Speaking of movies, have you watched Smile yet?
No, I forgot.
Dude.
And plus, I don't want to watch it at night. I'm scared.
Dude, I don't blame you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's just freaked me right.
I've been wanting to watch it, but like with being sick and whatnot, I still sleep a lot.
Yeah.
So like my body's still healing.
It's hilarious, dude. I've told so many people about that movie, but I'm like, I'm never gonna watch it again, ever.
He's too scared.
It's so good, but like the best. I keep describing it this way. It was so good, but it was not a pleasant experience.
Dude, have you watched Barbarian?
The show on Netflix?
Is it on Netflix now?
Well, are you talking about the series or? No, we're talking about two different
movie.
shows.
No. It's just a movie. It's got Bill Skarsgård in it. He's only in it for like the first 20, 30 minutes. It's wild. It's fucked up.
I'm not a big Bill Skarsgård fan.
He's in it for 20 minutes. The movie's 2 hours long. I love Bill Skarsgård.
I get why people like him. I get it.
I liked his portrayal of Pennywise, but technically that's not really. I mean, yeah, that's
true.
That's a good. He was a good actor in that, but like past that, I don't know him in anything else. I know there's something Grove or something like that, where he's like werewolf or vampire or something. My wife liked the show, but I haven't never watched it.
Oh, I bet you Bo Hines likes Bill Skarsgård.
That's his ass. He's six.
Not speaking.
Bill Skarsgård's fucking huge though. He's like 6'5" or something like that.
He's a big Viking bastard.
Could you imagine seeing a 6'5" Pennywise in front of you?
Fuck no.
You know, piss yourself. I'm like 6'2", so it's like not very much bigger, but still, if you had clown makeup, I'm
3 inches
gonna be scared. 3 inches can really hurt you going really fast.
Or it can feel great. It just depends on the person. No, I also I've been super lazy the past couple of weeks. It's been weird though because like I've been inexplicably like dog tired every day, no matter how much I sleep. I thought I was sick, like I thought I was getting sick, but I haven't gotten sick yet. So I don't know. But so I've just been going home and watching a lot of movies. But I rewatched Adam Sandler's The Longest Yard. Holds up.
It's a great movie.
Holds up, completely. So funny. And I thought, if only the guards had had Bo Hines on their team. Because we all know he wouldn't have played with the convicts.
No.
He would have definitely played with the guards, and he would have carried them to victory. He wouldn't have let those cons get a pass.
Yeah, he doesn't choke like
Bo Hines would have shut that shit down.
He doesn't choke like Peyton Manning. On the Colts. Sorry. He went to the Giants. What was it? The Giant? No,
the Broncos.
The Broncos. He went to the Broncos and won them immediately the first season he was with them. And then yet Indiana, where we reside, the bitch couldn't he would always choke in the second half.
I will tell you this right now, not about Peyton Manning. The Indianapolis Colts
They get paid to throw it.
Well, no, they have a shit offensive line.
They do now. I'm
talking. They never had a great one, not for a long time, because you're talking about Peyton Manning choking. I was saying, yeah, because the fucking offensive line got tired and weren't protecting the quarterback anymore.
Yeah, but even then we get Andrew Luck, and the dude runs the ball.
Because the offensive line won't protect him.
Yeah. Oh.
I watched Andrew Luck play in college. He was a good ball player. An amazing player.
But he's hurt.
He got hurt because the damn offensive line wouldn't protect him. Or couldn't protect him.
Well, that's a coach issue. Everybody's
100%.
Blaming
Okay, so I should, before we get flagged for misinformation on YouTube, I should clarify my statement.
They don't care about football.
For whatever reason, yeah, they're like, football? What's a football?
I've never seen daylight.
Oh, by the way, not to get off topic, I started watching the Christmas Story 2022.
No, it's horrible.
I haven't even finished it yet. But anyway,
it's too cringy.
For whatever reason, the offensive line is not doing their job. Whether that's a coaching issue or a player issue, oof. I don't know. I know. Sorry about that.
Oof.
Spicy chicken.
I taste it.
It's good, yeah.
No.
not on the way up.
It tastes like poop chicken.
Shh. Let's just say Bo Hines would never eat that chicken. But
it's not made in America. We're gonna so get flagged.
And then the guy from City walk up to that, Mr. Hines, your chicken ready?
Oh my gosh.
That's not racist. That's not racist. That's reference to South Park.
And on top of that, I was trying to find him to send to you when you said, well, no, I was trying to say, just come in, or I don't know what the hell I was saying. I don't know.
Oh, because I sent you the Negan meme?
No, little pig, little pig.
Let me in. I used to piss my ex-wife off so much with that because I just thought it was
Call her
so
little
damn
pig.
Well, I would do the line.
Oh.
And God, that pissed her off so much, which was half the fun.
Did you watch that to there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You didn't stop because Glenn died, did you?
No.
Everybody says that. They're like, oh, Glenn died. Oh, man.
Actually,
I was like, the source material killed him earlier.
Oh, yeah, I thought he died before that.
Oh, dude, there were so many times
I was
like,
this
is it.
But here's the funny thing. I knew how he died in the comics, so I'd always be the guy who was like, Glenn's not dead.
Oh, and he got his head beaten in by Negan.
Yeah, that's how he died in the comics.
Yeah.
But I felt so smart because when the season ended when Negan caught them all, and then the new season started when he killed Glenn and Abraham. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna kill Glenn. Oh, he's gonna kill Abraham," and I said, "They're both dead." Like, why do you say that? I'm like, well, everybody's going to expect Glenn to die because it's common knowledge by that point that that's how Glenn dies in the comics.
I didn't, yeah, and the funny thing is Abraham was still alive for a little while longer.
Yes, but I said this show is so good about doing shocking
favorite characters.
Yeah, but in ways that make sense. Abraham went out like a goddamn champ.
Bam, and he just looks at him. Bam!
That's how Bo Hines would have gone out.
Damn right.
What did he say? Didn't he say, suck my nuts?
Yeah, because he hits him, and he's like, he said, suck my nuts! When Negan said that, dude. I'm telling you, like, I know people were dying and whatnot, but it was funny how Negan was. Everybody's always like, oh, he's such a bastard. I'm like, dude, he's funny.
I'm sorry.
I was like, I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan could possibly be a stand-up.
Oh, yeah, probably.
He's fucking funny. Like, just the way he does shit. Like, stand-up is all routine. It's not just because you're funny. Like, it's like how you tell stories.
I disagree, because then you have guys like
you have to be funny.
Yeah, because you have guys like Chris Schultz, who I think some of his best bits are when he's interacting with the audience.
Who was it? Both me and my wife agreed. Theo Vaughn, fucking hilarious. His stand-up's terrible.
Yeah, I could see that.
But when he has conversations with people, specifically Joe Rogan, he's the funniest dude I've ever seen.
Oh, I know who I'd heard the name.
the mullet guy.
Yeah.
You know, and the funny thing is,
100% agree with you. His
and his podcast is hilarious, so he talks to people.
But Kevin Hart's like that too.
No, Kevin Hart's stand-up is hilarious.
No, I've never laughed once during any of his stand-up.
I don't know how. There's no way.
I don't know, but I find him hysterically funny. It's just I've never laughed during his stand-up, but I know exactly what you mean. And then
there's no way you've watched a whole Kevin Hart stand-up and not like had a belly laugh.
I watched 2.5, and I think
you must have watched his newest one because that one was terrible.
It's been a couple of years.
His older ones, I can't remember which one.
I don't think they were his like old stuff when he was coming up. They were after he was already like very.
Well, that was when he got comfortable, but like some of his original stuff, dude. Oh my.
You've got to be right because there's no way he got there with no talent. Like, I'm just saying I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, you would be hated by millions for stating that. Get him, YouTube.
I'm used to it. Bring it on because
he said Kevin Hart's not funny. No, I'm just kidding. He said he's funny. He just says the stand-up's not funny.
I kind of did.
Well,
but it's okay because Bo Hines will protect me.
I said that about Theo Vaughn, and somebody probably thinks his stand-up's funny, but we both
listen. That's the great thing, though.
Well, actually, you probably haven't even seen his stand-up, have you?
No. Oh, I think I've seen clips of it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Not an entire stand-up.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I didn't laugh.
He was socially awkward, and he is socially awkward, but the way he does it, dude.
You know what's really funny though is I felt that way about Ron White for a long time.
Oh, he's a genius.
But here's the thing: I'd seen his stand-up when I was much younger.
Didn't understand it.
it just didn't resonate. But now I've been through a divorce, and now I watch that. And I'm
You
like,
seen one pair of boobies, you want to see them all. Yeah, go ahead. All right, roll them up.
And then now I watch it, I'm like, this guy's a fucking genius.
Oh, shit.
It's kind of like Chris Rock, too. I didn't appreciate Chris. Like, again, I found Chris Rock funny, but I didn't appreciate his stand-up.
He was too abrasive sounding the way he did his thing. So the thing is, when I was younger, I didn't care for it. And it was just because, I don't know, I just didn't want to watch someone yell at a microphone. And then as I get older, and I was like, yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Because I still love Lewis Black, but I loved Lewis Black back in the day.
Yeah.
When that's all he was just yelling at the audience.
Speaking of Black, no, it's actually not really. But what's his face? Theo Vaughn. He was talking about his black friend because he said he grew up in a poor neighborhood, and he was a white boy who lived in a black neighborhood, and he said his black friends would always come up to him and say, "You did this to us, man," and he'd be like, You think I did this and then moved right? I just took all your shit and moved right next door. he goes, they took my shit too. He goes, are we gonna split these plums or not? There was a lot more to that, but I did my best. I did my best. I did my best.
I'm telling you what, I cannot get enough of the Chris Schultz clips of him interacting with audiences.
I can't. Picture his.
He's on Joe Rogan a lot too. He does the Flagrant podcast. We've talked about him before.
Oh, he's the Flagrant?
Yeah.
All right, I might recognize him. Let me look up a picture.
Will. Yeah, you.
I was getting ready to look up Chris Flagrant.
Flagrant.
What is it again? Chris Scholes?
Yeah.
Got Chris Scholes obituary. What the fuck? That ain't him.
No, that's not him.
I'll just type in Chris Scholes comedian. That'll probably get me.
What's his name now?
This guy?
No.
What the hell?
Oh, hold on. No, I think that's him.
That's not Chris Scholes. That's is it Schultz?
Schultz, yes.
Oh, I thought you said Scholes.
No, Schultz.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, he is ridiculously funny, but he's also fairly lame sometimes.
Lame?
Your video is black screen. Uh-oh, that's not good.
When did that happen?
I don't know, but didn't you click our YouTube and watch it?
It's not
letting you video? Didn't you click our YouTube and watch it? What video in black screen?
Yeah, no. Your YouTube's broke.
No. Kill the app.
Your YouTube's broke. Yeah, it's right here. Kill the app. Unless it just blinked.
She said, okay, better. I'm glad I could fix that.
You know, Bo Hines.
Bo Hines, he brought it back.
Oh my God. I'm going to bring something back from the WWE a few years ago. You know, when your YouTube app is not working properly, there's only one thing you can do. You just have to leave. I actually hear the crickets chirping and the one guy groaning in the background.
Oh.
Actually, oh, dude, you'll love this because you're a dad. You'll really appreciate this. We're putting in a new display at work.
And a daddy.
We're putting in a new display at work, and really he's like, I need my stud finder. And we had to put a new battery in it. And then I'm like, wait. You got to calibrate that first. And he said, oh, yeah. Like I knew what the fuck I was talking about. So I grabbed the stud finder and put it on my chest.
Beep. It works.
Well, but see, the one guy's from Venezuela and the other guy's Canadian. So I guess they don't have jokes there. Because I put it on my chest and it beeps and I was like, there you go. And he's like, what'd you do? I'm like, it's a stud finder. And like 5 seconds later he goes, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck YouTube. Sorry,
that joke is always funny. And I actually do that. Every time I use a stud finder, I calibrate it that way.
That's the only way to calibrate it.
You have to be sure. So
you have to be sure. This is my voice. What do you mean? You want coffee?
I'm so happy for you. And that one didn't get flagged.
That That was quite possibly the best thing we've ever
love
done. I'm so happy for you.
I'm so proud of how I salvaged that clip because you were so dead wrong on the
Horribly.
Little Mermaid story.
Horribly. The guy who wrote the short story was gay and in love with a man, and I somehow read something and it just got discombobulated in my mind, and that's the way it came out.
Shit. Oh my god.
But the thing is, I mean, the guy was in love with another and didn't end up in love with the mermaid. So
yeah, I totally see that story differently after learning that about Hans Christian Andersen. It makes complete sense now. Like, it seems like a really random series of events, but then when you know that, you're like, oh.
You don't watch Stranger Things, do you?
No.
Excuse me.
Well,
you would know the story about Will Byers and what is his name? The actor's name is Flynn Wolfhard. He
I think I heard.
I can't remember.
Something about him. Like,
I don't remember his character's name. No, the kid who played Will Byers came out gay. Yeah, he came out, but in the show, he's obviously in love with Finn Wolfhard's character, and he's like crying because he can't control it or something like that. And then I was thinking about the mermaid bit and putting it together.
I'm so happy for you.
That was painful to get through. I could not say my words.
While we're on that subject, I would like to give a little bit of a shout out for a very underappreciated movie that had a moment, and it's a good moment. It's a great, like, I was actually shocked at how good of a moment this was on
Gosh, you
screen.
keep burping up butthole. He's like burping up straight freaking butthole.
Joella's Hot Chicken.
Is that real? Yeah. Choella's Hot Chicken?
Yes, it's a restaurant. It's very good. Did you ever see the movie called The Sitter with Jonah Hill?
No. I know of it, but I have not seen it.
Watch it, because not only is it hilarious.
Jonah Hill's amazing.
Oh, it's a great movie. But there's this really awesome scene at the end because the older boy that he's babysitting in the movie is like obsessed with hanging out with his friend, and I can't remember the friend's name, but anyway, like, it becomes pretty clear by the end of it that the kid is actually like has romantic feelings for this friend of his. And there's this really cool moment where Jonah Hill is sitting down with him, and he's like, basically like, he's basically like trying to explain to the kid that he might be gay without coming out and saying like, oh, you're gay. He's like, are you maybe upset because you've got special feelings for your friend and you're upset that, somebody... Like, I'm not doing it justice. It's a really good moment. I was very surprised that such a great scene played out in a movie with Jonah Hill like that. Jonah Hill can act. I'm not saying he can. I'm just saying, like, in that kind of movie,
Yeah, he can.
I was kind of shocked to see a scene of that quality.
To think... I'm pretty sure he got like his first famous movie part in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
That was his first on-screen
when
role.
he was
trying to buy the goldfish shoes.
Yeah, the goldfish shoes. He's like, she goes, you got to buy them on eBay. He's like, can I just buy them now?
So that I can just wear them. You know what you can? You don't have to buy on eBay only. Stevie Wicks candles, because you can also buy them in a convenient location in Columbus, Indiana. Where's that at, Eric?
That is at that is at the store. OMG CBD.
That's at the store. You can get them at the store.
It's at the store. OMGCBD.com. No, I'm just kidding. No, we don't have a site anymore because they're freaking gay, and they're not happy.
No, maybe not. Maybe they just have special feelings for their friend.
So anyway, you can find them in Columbus, Indiana, 935 2nd Street.
If they don't have the candle you want there,
you can go to
StevieWicks.com. Order it online and arrange to pick it up at OMG CBD, so you don't have to pay for shipping.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
But the new Valentine's Day candles are at OMG CBD by the time you watch this.
I can smell it. It smells as good.
That's hot fudge brownie.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That just wafted me in the face like you bleep.
It smells better, though.
Yeah, it doesn't make me want to gag.
Joella's hot box chicken.
Hot box chicken. Oh my God, Joella's Hot Box. Dude, you're telling me there's a restaurant called Joella's Hot Box Chicken?
No, it's just hot chicken, not hot box chicken.
Oh, okay.
That'd be hilarious.
I was gonna say that's like hot box pizza.
Yeah, which is honestly my favorite pizza.
I've never had it. We have one right down here.
It's so good.
I don't know if I trust your judgment on food.
On pizza anyway.
Yeah, pizza. Well, I don't know if you actually think it's good though, because like you don't like a lot of pizza. I know we ate the shit out of some Totino's growing up.
Yeah, but they changed something.
Man, they were better round, and I know it's stupid.
Well, they changed something. I don't know what it is, but
you know it's funny. No, they don't have the box anymore. They only wrap them in freaking plastic. Totino's, dude. Totino's, Subway, Taco Bell. All y'all motherfuckers need to listen up. KFC, YouTube, Wendy's. Don't change recipes.
And
they work.
Hire Bo Hines to be your spokesperson.
He will protect you.
Not only that, he's never gonna fuck up like Jared. So Subway, call him.
You know, Subway is actually supposedly getting ready to get bought out.
By who?
Don't know, but they need to bring back the original sweet onion sauce. They freaking changed it.
Okay, Subway, here you go. I'm going to give you
teriyaki sweet onion sauce. That shit's nasty.
Okay, Subway, I'm going to give you this. And, I mean, feel free to use it, but a royalty check would be appreciated. So you hire Bo Hines to be your spokesperson. And then you have him on one end of the football field, and he says, gosh darn it, I'm so hungry after running this heroic yet unsuccessful campaign for reasons. And then on the other end of the field, you've got Peyton Manning. And he says, hey, Bo, you want to split this foot long? Sure, Peyton. Peyton breaks that bad boy in half, chucks it. Bo goes long. Catches it with his mouth because he's that good.
Just like the guy in Happy Gilmore. Hey, Happy, can I have one of those? Coming right up.
Well, it's not really stealing because it was a Subway. It was a fake Subway commercial.
And he got a fake Subway card. Bastard.
Subway sandwiches will drive away your hunger. That's good. I'm sorry. That's good. That's golden.
They should have used that commercial.
They should have actually.
I don't know why they didn't.
Why didn't they? They already had it.
And then they could have just given freaking Adam Sandler.
Well, Adam Sandler would have had to have been given more money.
Hey,
what a shame.
Adam Sandler does well with his money. He pays his buddies.
You know what?
Shitty movies.
Oh no, I'm mad respect for Adam Sandler because
not all the movies are shitty, just some.
I can't really think of one that I would determine so shitty that I would never watch it.
Grown Ups 2 was terrible.
Well, okay, it doesn't hold a candle to the first one, but
no, the first one, was just magical, and even then, it was still corny. It was very corny, but it just worked.
Oh yeah, I will say Grown Ups 2 was good.
Okay, Grown Ups 2 wasn't horrible. It was okay.
I actually really liked the end though when he has a comment. Oh, who is it? Is it Randy Couture?
I don't know.
No, it's not Randy Couture.
I don't like that they didn't have Rob Schneider in the second one. Or did they have Rob Schneider in the second one?
I felt like they did.
I don't think they did.
I could be wrong. Well, no, because he's spending the whole time talking smack, saying like, "Yeah, I laid this guy out who was my bully." In fact, he didn't. But then, it was Stone Cold.
Yeah, it's been a minute since
Stone Cold Steve. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin. But anyway,
in it?
Yeah, he's Adam Sandler's old bully, who he spends the whole movie talking about how he beat him up when he really didn't. And then they finally have a fight, and then Stone Cold throws the fight so that he can look good in front of his kid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like, that's another like uncharacteristic. Well, actually, that's pretty par for the course for an Adam Sandler movie, but man, it's so good. I haven't watched that new one he did. God, what is it? It's one where he's got a gambling problem. I heard he was amazing in that.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. I almost watched it the other night, and I elected to go with The Longest Yard. I wanted to laugh. But yeah, Grown Ups was magical. That was lightning in a bottle. Came out at the perfect time.
There are a lot of good movies.
Yeah, and Bo Hines came along into politics at the perfect time. The world just wasn't ready. The America just wasn't ready for that level of integrity,
That's
honesty. That's spaghetti. Was it
ready for this sketty?
Was it his mom's spaghetti?
It was his mom's spaghetti.
Oh man, he was nervous already.
Him and Eminem were pretty tight too.
You know, he tried to get Slim Shady off those mean streets, tried to get him on the straight and narrow, but Marshall Mathers just couldn't give up the rhymes.
It all happened at the VMAs, the video. I'm pretty sure the Video Music Awards when that dude was hanging upside down and landed on Eminem, and he was only wearing like a thong. His ass and balls and everything was all on Eminem's face, and he's like, "Dude, this ain't fucking funny. Get him off me."
Well,
even though I'm pretty sure it was probably Eminem's idea for that to happen.
Probably. What was it?
I don't think it was VMAs. It was something.
What was
MTV
it?
Music
What was
Awards.
it? Todd McDonald said about Eminem was.
Oh, he used to
Eminem used
murder
to
and gay bash his
and
mom.
murder his
Oh
mom.
no, he used to gay bash and murder his mom.
Now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump.
He also said, "I don't drink."
Eminem.
It's been a year or two. I just need a beer or two, but the internet will laugh at us. Don't get me wrong. I like Tom McDonald, but some of his stuff's really corny.
Some of his, yeah, and it's.
He's killing the game right now simply just because he's not even like that great of a rapper. He is good, but he's not like the best.
Oh yeah, no.
But he's working it. He's got a niche and it's working.
That's the thing. He's doing what he does best, and he's not deviating from it, which some people say is not good. But I'd say, hey, you know, if one's going to make you $1 billion, the other's going to make you 100.
Dude, if he could replicate an entire album similar to Everybody Hates Me, it'd go #1. That's such a good song. Like it.
I still jammed a fake woke all the time.
I figured. It's I like it, but honestly, I like Best Rapper Ever.
I don't think I've heard that one. I don't
That's
listen
good.
to a lot. I need
It's
to
like
listen
y'all
to more.
fucked up and let death in, something like that.
I was thinking about that. We need to do that music episode soon because we just devolve into
We
it.
were going to do that tonight, technically last week.
That's true.
We were going to do that soon, but YouTube decided to try to take us on, which,
And-
I mean, we're nobody, but
And we had to call Bo Hines.
yeah. And Bo Hines came to the rescue, and he at least got one of our
He
strikes
did.
taken
He
away.
called YouTube and was like, listen,
Listen.
yo, you can't put the strike on that. They're talking about the video that you took down of me. I know it says Top G, but soon you're going to see.
That Bo Hines is the one to be.
I got 3 rhymes in there and I was tapped out.
This coloration does not do him justice. He's very white.
Extremely. Like, I'm so pale that white people go, damn, that's a cold ass song.
He's a pale white rapper without the rap. He'd be like,
You've heard that
yo.
You've heard that Macklemore song Thrift Shop, right?
No.
Oh, dude, it's funny, but that's my favorite part of the song. He's like, damn, that's a cold ass honk.
I've never listened to Macklemore
I've only listened to the one song.
because the one of the lines I saw was about something about Tom McDonald, and said that he was like a methed out Macklemore. I was just like, oh, that's me.
That's pretty funny, though.
That's funny though.
He's a little bit too... He's a little bit too big to be a meth addict, though.
This has nothing to do with meth addicts or anything like that. I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad, so, but no,
He ain't no spooge.
Spooge, oh my gosh. You skank, don't call me a skank.
Skank.
Squashes his head. Hey, my name's Diesel. But no, what was I going to talk about? I don't even know.
Didn't we make a Better Call Saul joke when we got... No. We should have called Saul Goodman, though. But we called Bo Hines.
And that's how we got released from YouTube jail.
Actually, I thought we just did our time.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do tonight.
Yeah, I know.
We would have been
oh man,
for
I thought
2 weeks.
I thought it was so funny because I didn't know you'd uploaded that short when you said another strike. I was like, what? They flagged a Power Rangers short? Why?
Well, and the funny thing is, I made sure in that short I explained my position, and because the thing is, I wanted them to take it down because I was gonna prove them wrong.
Oh, so what you were saying is you were picking a fight.
Yes, and I won. Luckily. Don't make me hornswoggle, you biscuits.
I'll put the shillelagh where the sun don't shine.
Stem Jamison.
That's my favorite line from Braveheart. It's like, where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight.
I've seen that movie like half. I've only seen half of it.
What?
I don't know why I said it that weird. Yeah, I've only seen half of that movie and only know references.
Let me guess, you stopped right after the Battle of Stirling.
I don't know.
The Battle of Stirling with no bridge.
I don't know.
That's an example where really...
I watched The Patriot a lot.
Dude, The Patriot is a guilty pleasure of mine because it's a good movie, but it's bullshit.
I haven't watched it in
Like,
years.
it's so wrong on almost every level. Well, the one thing they got right is, like, the British Army did wear red. I mean, they got that.
Little bitches.
They got that part right. Everything else is pretty well fucking wrong, but... And it sucks because they could have actually... It'd be very hard to make a historically accurate movie about the Revolution and have America look good. It'd be very difficult.
Good.
Because in reality, the British were just like, why are you so mad? And they're like, 3% taxes! Fuck you!
Yeah. And then look at today.
And taxes that were repealed already!
We pay like 40% in taxes today, and
Like-
we don't, and no one cries.
And now we still have people saying, pay your fair share.
You know?
Oh, speaking of Republicans, because they've introduced a bill in the House that would abolish the IRS and various income taxes. Do you really think, like, you're wasting time? Just stop.
Like how is tax returns going to work after that? Because
They won't. It would abolish the IRS.
And that's my point, though, because you're still getting taxes taken out by. I mean, you would have to file with your state.
No. Oh, it would. Yeah, you're right. It would abolish federal.
You know,
Well,
they're only talking about getting rid of income tax. They're not getting rid of Medicare, which is federal. So how is anyone going to get any taxes back on that? Which
Well, you
actually
wouldn't.
you don't get. You only get
I
it
was
back
gonna
on
say you
federal.
would, yeah.
But regardless, it's like, in my young old age, am I going to be able to access Medicare when I'm actually that age? Like, do you think it's still going to be around? Probably not.
Well, Medicare maybe. Social Security.
Well, with the way jobs are, like everybody's about to start losing jobs once they start building machines to take away like tons of jobs, and therefore, like their only means of surviving is going to be universal basic income, which I'm not a fan of. But I mean, we're coming up to it. Like there's
I disagree. Eventually, yes.
people, older people. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about younger people because
Fuck them, I don't
younger
care.
people can go and do classes to work on said robots.
They can learn to code.
They can. Oof, you better be careful. That's racist.
No, it's not.
You didn't hear about that?
Oh, God.
Learn to code.
It's not racist. At all.
You're making it racist.
No, I'm
Not
not.
saying it's
I'm
not
literally
racist.
not making it racist.
By not saying it's not racist, you're making it racist.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Makes sense of that.
I didn't realize you were a Democrat. You were arguing like one.
I need my pussy hat. I need a safe space. I don't feel comfortable here anymore.
Get the fuck out. Oh, you are wearing a blue hoodie. That's appropriate.
Oh man, how does the hair go in and come out better? No, I'm just kidding. This podcast has officially gone nowhere.
Yeah.
We have tried, but the thing is, we literally just wanted to say, fudge you, fragile.
F you too.
Bubba. It's ridiculous how you guys are running your platform in certain ways. Like you guys do such a great job, but at the same time don't. And it's because you all have some type of agenda, and everyone's going to be like, they don't have no agenda. It's like everybody has an agenda one way or another.
Well, your agenda should be to
garner more
views. But here's the thing, and I think this would solve a lot of the problems on both sides, is I would understand this if our video got flagged.
Watch it.
Well, not only that, I understand that takes time. So before you give a strike,
that's what they pay employees for.
This is what I think the process should be.
Whoa.
I think that if a video is shown to be problematic, and I think they used to do it this way, is just not take it down, but make it not viewable. Let the channel creator know, and then investigate. But in the meantime, the channel creator, and I get it, if they do it excessively, then you can start implementing. But right now, it's way too easy to get demonetized and deplatformed because it's basically 3 strikes you're out, right?
Yeah, and on top of that, it's 1 warning and 3 strikes. But at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's way too easy, and we have no way to explain our position.
Well, I think that I think you should be able to get rid of the strike if you agree to take the video down.
Or like the appeals process. It's called appeal for a reason. In a court of law, an appeal has documentation for proof. So why aren't we given the same? I know it's not a court of law, but don't call it appeal.
Because again, I think.
And you have to watch it. Like, if someone appeals it, someone has to watch it. Like, you can't have a bot watch it because it's not gonna. It's not a human. Just like Will Smith said, a person would have known the difference. Have you seen iRobot?
Yes. Oh, iRobot's amazing.
Yeah. So like, he's like, save the girl.
iRobot's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's very good.
And it's true, except for the crazy robots. Like, I know that's weird, but the AI.
Well, you can just reprogram it.
AI is dangerous.
And yet we're relying on it to police YouTube.
That's why it's dangerous. Because the thing is, they could take down the biggest channels in the world by simply just saying, "Oh, you."
Well, but you notice they really don't do that. Bigger channels actually get more leeway because they bring viewers.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, like, you could allow other people to grow and strive, and guess what? They would bring in more views too.
Except us.
Yeah, because
it doesn't matter how many viewers we have, we still suck.
We're still working on a freaking camera from 2020, or maybe even 2018.
Listen, you could give us a professional studio.
My brother bought me this mic.
You could give us a professional studio with all the bells and whistles and 1 million subscribers, and our program would still suck. But at least it's us, man. I did not mean to slap my microphone.
He did.
Yeah, enjoy that audio platform. You don't know what's happening. It's always a surprise here. F YouTube.
Rex Kwando.
I missed the mic.
You ever see the sheer size difference?
Oh,
are you sitting all the way? Are you sitting back against that all the way?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of like slouching, but
I know, but it's just like, it's hilarious.
Ow! I did it again.
Yeah, definitely. F YouTube.
Yeah, we're done. I think that we've run our
course. Yeah, we don't have anything else to say except F YouTube.
And vote for Bo Hines.
Yeah, YouTube. Seriously, change your guidelines. All you need to worry about is if someone's threatening someone or threatening anyone. Is it?
Remember when YouTube was the Wild West and you could literally say anything on here?
It was amazing. That's where people loved YouTube. Like, don't get me wrong, YouTube is vastly more used today, but it was so good then.
Well, and I want to point something out.
They didn't allow nudity or anything like that.
I want to point something out, too.
Just words.
We got flagged for a video on Bo Hines that was factually correct, and yet there are channels that talk about flat earth theory as though it's fact.
But that doesn't hurt anyone.
It's like neither does fucking speculating.
No.
That's my point.
Words, I would say,
don't hurt. If they hurt your feelings, you need to put on them big boy and big girl and big she say their pronouns.
You know, words don't hurt Bo Hines. Sticks and stones don't either. Only interceptions.
You know, I heard when Bo Hines falls into water, the water doesn't get wet. It gets
Bo Hines. Can we please make this a thing?
Yeah.
Can we make this a meme? And then Bo Hines is going to start just like, and Chuck Norris is going to be like, they fucking replaced me. And then we get Hines versus Norris.
That's like
Hines,
Terminator versus
Hines,
Predator.
Norris, 2024. Let's make this happen. Let's make
Yeah.
this happen, Internet.
Predator versus
what's gonna happen?
T800.
What's going to happen is President Norris is going to roundhouse kick the bad guy and make his head go flying, and Bo Hines is going to catch it from 76 yards away, or 79 yards away.
And when he catches it, he's going to go,
Bo leave.
that's Bynes.
And then when Bo... that's Hines.
That's Hines' ass.
And then when
Bynes.
when President Norris gets sick of Vice President Hines' shit, he just goes, Bo, leave.
Gosh dang it. God dang it. Lead us out.
Bo Hines doesn't sleep. He waits. Always do that at the same time.
Even though it's only supposed to be going out.
It's great. Anyway, thank you for enjoying this episode of the Average Intelligence Podcast. Hopefully you're a little bit less average and a little bit more intelligent. Not likely, but we can try. And fuck YouTube. But please don't ban us anymore.
Please, no more
We
strike.
really like it here.
Like the strike that we got for the original Bo Hines video still was the appeals process got but me talking about the video, it got banned, and then yet the appeal went through. Let's make sense of that.
But as always, if you enjoyed this podcast, maybe not this one, but if you enjoyed the podcast before, like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your mom, tell your kids. Don't tell your kids.
Better hide your kids and hide your wife.
That's where I was going with them, but I'm like, wait, don't tell your kids. Well, maybe if they're of an appropriate age, but who knows what that is. And tell people you don't like. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just tell everybody. Tell your neighbors, obnoxiously. Knock on their door and say, hey, you should really check out this podcast.
Have you checked out the Average Intelligence podcast lately?
I'm not going to leave until you watch this podcast
We're
in
staying
its
right
entirety. We'll just sit here the whole time. Yeah, this is boring. So, like, share, subscribe, and check out the audio streaming platforms. They are listed down below. Check out the official merch store, and check out OMG CBD, our proud sponsor, along with Stevie Wicks. You can check them out at the same time, actually, if you want to. Drive to Columbus.
I adjusted my penis. Goodbye.